Hey there YouTube lovers, my name is BB8 and today I am going to do my long awaited review for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It took me a long time to beat, but here we are, we're finally doing it. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? And just as a quick warning before we get into the review video, since I am taking this warning more seriously with Tears of the Kingdom compared to any other game we've had come out this year, but this review video does contain spoilers for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So, if you don't want to know what happens in Tears of the Kingdom until you played the game yourself, you might want to watch any other part of the review, just not the story section. So, with the spoiler warning out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? For the gameplay, Tears of the Kingdom features gameplay similar to its predecessor, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Players control Link, who is the protagonist of the game, within an expansive open world. The players can freely explore Hyrule, as well as two additional areas being the Sky Islands and the Depths. The game offers a variety of activities such as finding weapons, gathering resources, and completing quests. Players have multiple methods of traversal this time around, as they can navigate the world on foot, sprinting or walking, riding horses, climbing the mountains or cliffs, and utilize their paraglider through the skies. These options provide a sense of freedom and enable players to reach various locations and uncover secrets. A new addition to Tears of the Kingdom, which does make it a standout feature from Breath of the Wild, being Zonai devices. These are technological gadgets that players can utilize for various purposes, including combat, propulsion, and exploration. These devices include fresh new gameplay mechanics and offer strategic options during battles and exploration. And I do think Zonai devices are quite useful for solving various puzzles through shrines in a really creative way. The traditional runes from Breath of the Wild have been replaced with 5 new powers, being Ultra Hand, Fuse, Ascend, Recall, and Auto Build. These enhance the gameplay and offer new ways to interact with the environment. The Ultra Hand grants the player the ability to pick up and move various objects, as well as attach different objects together. This power is particularly useful when combined with Zonai devices, allowing players to create unique vehicles and constructs. Fuse enables Link to combine materials, equipment, or specific objects in the world to enhance the attributes and durability of his shield or weapon. For example, fusing an explosive object to an arrow will cause the arrow to explode upon impact. Auto Build instantly recreates a device that has been crafted using the Ultra Hand before. The cost of the The Ultra Hand construction is you have to go to the depths and mine some Zonite, which act as the currency for the auto build ability. And this feature does allow for quick reconstruction of contraptions and simplifies the process of building complex structures. Ascend empowers the player to move upward through solid surfaces, granting new vertical traversal options and expanding on the exploration possibilities throughout the game. Recall allows the player to rewind the movement of an object, enabling them to manipulate its position and solve puzzles in creative ways. These abilities greatly enhance the game's puzzle building mechanics, providing the players with endless possibilities to create contraptions using Zonite devices. They offer unique solutions for shrine puzzles, fostering creativity and making Tears of the Kingdom stand out among other open world games. Tears of the Kingdom also features the return of shrines and Korok seeds from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. However, there are some notable differences in their mechanics. Shrines in Tears of the Kingdom have a distinct design compared to Breath of the Wild, and instead of granting spirit orbs, they are rewarded with the Light of Blessing. And these lights of blessing serve a similar purpose to the spirit orbs in the previous game, but with a slight variation in functionality. When Link collects 4 Lights of Blessing, he can choose to either increase his heart containers by 1 or expand the size of his stamina wheel. This choice allows players to customize Link's attributes based on their preferred playstyle. Korok seeds continue to play a role in Tears of the Kingdom as well, but however, their primary function is slightly different. In this game, Korok seeds can be utilized to increase Link's inventory capacity. This enhancement allows him to carry a greater number of melee weapons, shields, or bows, enabling players to be more versatile in combat and exploration. One of the features I did miss from Breath of the Wild, such as Rivali's Gale, Mipha's Grace, Daruk's Protection, and Urbos's Fury, obtained at the end of each boss in Breath of the Wild, unfortunately didn't return for Tears of the Kingdom, but Tears of the Kingdom brings in a new gameplay mechanic to replace it, known as Sage Avatars. After completing the story's essential quests, named after the members of each area within Hyrule, as well as defeating their bosses, you can obtain their avatar, which is a spiritual replica of the character with unique abilities, such as Tulin can gust wind, Sidon can create water shield around Link, which he can also use to add water effects to the attack. Yunobo, who can roll his body to break enormous rocks that can't be broken with bomb flowers, hammers, or any form of explosive projectile. Riju can perform lightning strikes when an arrow hits an enemy, and my favourite of the Sage Avatars has to be Mineru, because Although you don't obtain Mineru until later in the game, I feel like Mineru is one of the best of the Sage avatars because it's the most capable. Being a construct that you can attach weapons to with the Ultra Hand ability as well as fuse. I never expected going into this game that I'd be controlling a giant robot. Although I do miss the champion's abilities from Breath of the Wild, avatars being a fresh coat of paint to Tears of the Kingdom's gameplay, which don't make the gameplay feel too similar to Breath of the Wild, is probably the one thing I do enjoy about the game. The only thing I would improve with the Sage avatars, though, is probably make each individual one a different colour to match the colour of the tear-shaped stones. This may not be a major change to the gameplay, but would be a nice touch to the avatars. The Pura Pad, being the replacement of the Sheikah Slate this time around, being created by Pura and Robbie, who are two Sheikah researchers. The Pura Pad includes modified versions of the map, camera, and the Hyrule Compendium, found within the Sheikah Slate within Breath of the Wild. Additionally, it contains character profiles that provide information on important individuals in Link's journey throughout the game. The Pura Pad does play a crucial role within the storyline after Zelda is transported through time and ends up in the distant past. Her soul is implanted into the Pura Pad, and using her powers as the Sage of Spirit, she waits for Link in the future. And the pad eventually ends up in the care of a steward construct within the Garden of Time. And when Link awakens following a failed battle with Ganondorf, the steward construct gives him the Pura Pad. This device offers some new functionalities compared to the Sheikah Slate in Breath of the Wild. For example, it allows Link to scan the area, revealing hidden sections on Hyrule's map, not only on the surface, but also in the sky map. And before we move on to the quality of life section in the review, I want to talk about the game's bosses. In Breath of the Wild, when facing bosses within each divine beast, players encounter different variations of Ganon, each possessing distinct abilities, but however, the naming and the design choices for their bosses in Breath of the Wild were often seen as lacking. Master Koga, who's a boss from the original game, can be excluded from this criticism from the original game. On the other hand, Tears of the Kingdom manages to deliver a wider variety of bosses that align with each avatar's unique abilities. Each boss presents its own distinctive design, abilities, and aesthetic, resulting in a more engaging and varied boss experience. The sequel successfully avoids the repetition seen in Breath of the Wild, offering a refreshing and diverse selection of adversaries, and my favourite of the new bosses has to be the Marble Goma. So to conclude the gameplay section of the review, Tears of the Kingdom delivers an engaging and immersive gameplay experience which does retain the core elements that made Breath of the Wild successful while introducing new mechanics, devices, and challenges that keep the gameplay fresh and exciting. The inclusion of avatars and expanded puzzle building mechanics and the diverse boss encounters contribute to the game's appeal and make it a worthy addition to the Zelda franchise. And that's why I think Tears of the Kingdom fits well as a Zelda game. For the quality of life improvements, Tears of the Kingdom introduces several quality of life improvements into the mix, with one notable feature being the cooking cards. These cards allow players to conveniently view recipes for any food item directly from their inventory, eliminating the need to search for them online. Once a food item is cooked at least once, the recipe is automatically added to the player's inventory, providing easier and quicker access to cooking instructions. The inventory menu in Breath of the Wild, each item in the inventory had its own separate page, which could be cumbersome to navigate, but however, with the overhaul introduced in Tears of the Kingdom, the inventory menu now incorporates a scrolling feature for each item. This means that players no longer need to navigate through separate pages for each item. Instead, they can simply scroll through the inventory, viewing all items in a more streamlined and efficient manner. This update enhances the usability of the inventory menu, allowing players to quickly locate and manage their items without unnecessary navigation steps. When Link encounters a chest and attempts to open it, the game presents an item screen that allows for seamless inventory management. If Link's inventory is already full, the player is given the option to immediately swap out an item from their inventory with the loot from the chest. This feature significantly improves upon the mechanics found in Breath of the Wild, where opening a chest with a full inventory would require the player to close the chest, manually drop that item from the inventory, and then reopen the chest to obtain their desired item. By eliminating the need to go through this extra step, Tears of the Kingdom streamlines the looting process and saves players a hassle of repetitively opening chests and closing chests. While seemingly a small change, this quality of life feature enhances the gameplay efficiently, particularly for players whose inventories are frequently full, and which does contribute to a smoother and more enjoyable gaming experience by reducing unnecessary and repetitive actions, allowing players to focus more on exploring, combat, and other aspects of the game. The developers have also introduced a quality of life feature to enhance the player's experience when managing items. Given the vast number of items and weapons within the game, it can be overwhelming to navigate through the inventory to find a specific item that you need. To address this issue, the game provides a shortcut in the pop-up screen for items. Within this screen, you have the option to sort the item list in these different ways. By usage frequency, allowing players to arrange the items based on how often that the players use them. By selecting the sorting method, commonly used items will appear at the top of the list, making them easily accessible and preventing them from getting lost among the rest. By fuse attack power, this sorting option organizes the items according to their fuse attack power, which allows you to quickly identify and select items with higher attack capabilities, enabling efficient decision-making during battles and encounters. And by type. The third sorting option categorizes the items based on their type. The arrangement helps you locate belonging to specific categories such as seeds or weapons, and facilitates the management of different item types. And among these sorting options, the most used sorting method seems to be particularly favored by players. By employing these sorting options, frequently utilized items like the Bright Bloom seed can easily be found without having to reach or search through an extensive inventory. A lot of combat situations in Tears of the Kingdom do require quick thinking. The developers have given players an easy way to drop unwanted items while running around. You can now drop weapons, bows, and shields directly from the Quick Equip menu that allows you to change weapons. With that way, if you want to ditch a weak weapon or degrade a weapon, you can do that and scoop up a stronger weapon on the battlefield. And for the last quality of life improvement is the Zonai technology, introducing a remarkable quality of life feature known as the portable pot. Among the various advancements offered by the Zonai civilization, a portable pot stands out as particularly useful innovation. With this portable cooking utensil, you can prepare meals anywhere without the need for setting up a fire or finding a designated cooking spot. The convenience of the portable pot is enhanced by its accessibility, and while each pot can only be used once, they are readily available and easy to acquire. For instance, by utilizing the device dispenser, an apparatus resembling a Zonai gachapon machine, you can obtain numerous portable pots, potentially amassing a significant supply of them. This abundance ensures that you are well equipped to face challenging battles and can quickly prepare a few meals on the go, enhancing your chances of success. Overall, for the quality of life section, these quality of life features collectively enhance convenience, efficiency, and overall enjoyment while playing Tears of the Kingdom. For the graphics and the performance, I honestly don't know how to respond to this, because I did do a lot of research with articles before doing this review, with the articles criticizing the graphics for Tears of the Kingdom. And you know what? The graphics actually aren't as bad as people are saying. The graphics are more vibrant compared to Breath of the Wild, especially on the Nintendo Switch OLED model, with the new areas such as the Sky Islands and the depths. the graphics pop out more that way. Some players might have certain expectations based on previous installments or industry advancements, which can influence their perception of the graphics in a new release. When it comes to Tears of the Kingdom, it seems that there has been a lot of mixed opinions on the graphics. However, it's worth noting that the advancements in hardware, such as the release of the Nintendo Switch OLED model, can enhance the visual experience of some games, and additionally, the introduction of new areas like the Sky Islands and the Depths might have added variety and visual interest to the game. Exploring fresh environments can be exciting, and the graphics can play a role in making these new areas visually captivating. It is important to remember that different players do have different expectations and preferences when it comes to the graphics. Some individuals prioritize realistic visuals, while others appreciate a more unique art style or other aspects of the game, such as the gameplay mechanics and the storytelling. And now, with the graphics out of the way, the performance side of things, Tears of the Kingdom runs at 900p when docked, and 720p in handheld mode, which isn't terrible, but don't forget, the Nintendo Switch isn't 4K capable unless an adapter is used. The frame rate, on the other hand, is the same as Breath of the Wild, running at a frame rate of 30 frames per second, but I'm gonna be honest here, Tears of the Kingdom does dip to 15 frames per second when the Ultra Hand ability is used. This may be a problem for some users, but this wasn't really the biggest issue for me. But the day one patch did its thing and kept the game stable at launch. At least Tears of the Kingdom did not have a rough launch like Scarlet and Violet did. And I do recommend before playing the game that you download the patch before playing it if you end up purchasing it physically. But overall, as of the graphics and the performance, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom truly shines when it comes to graphics and performance, surpassing the expectations set by its predecessors. Despite any prior criticism, the game delivers an incredible visual experience that leaves players in awe. One noteworthy aspect is the implementation of AMD fidelity effects, a technology previously seen in popular titles such as Nintendo Switch Sports, Splatoon 3, and the Nintendo Switch versions of Sonic Frontiers and Life is Strange True Colors. This addition greatly enhances the game's performance, ensuring smooth gameplay and improved visuals. The developers have paid meticulous attention to detail, resulting in even more intricate texturing throughout the game world. The grass, stone, sand, and other environmental elements showcase a level of realism that surpass even that of Breath of the Wild. The textures are more detailed, creating a more immersive and visually appealing experience for players. While the graphics are undoubtedly impressive, it's also worth noting that the potential inclusion of water physics and a third installment of the Breath of the Wild trilogy might make it better. And it would be fascinating to see how the development team tackles this aspect in a third installment. Given their commitment to delivering top-notch graphics and performance, it's likely that they would handle water physics at the same level of attention and excellence, further enhancing the overall gameplay experience. For the world building, Tears of the Kingdom introduces a captivating expansion to the world building of Hyrule, expanding it to 3 distinct layers: the surface, the sky islands, and the depths, with each layer offering their own unique environments, challenges, and notable changes to the familiar Hyrule from Breath of the Wild, adding depth and diversity to the overall gameplay experience. The surface, which serves as the base layer, retains its recognizable Hyrule from Breath of the Wild, but incorporates some noticeable additions. One prominent addition is probably the addition of sky towers. Towering structures that provide vantage points and unlock new areas of exploration. These towers offer breathtaking views and serve as hubs for discovering quests, landmarks, and hidden secrets within a vast landscape. Additionally, the surface is now adorned with mysterious shrines, which do have a unique, distinct design from Breath of the Wild, which I did mention earlier in the review, which provide players with opportunities to solve puzzles and earn valuable rewards. In addition to the surface, Tears of the Kingdom introduces a captivating world-building element centered around the concept of the Sky Islands. These floating landmasses play a crucial role in expanding the game's universe and offer a diverse array of exploration opportunities. The Sky Islands serve as a key destination for players to visit throughout their journey. Each island presents a unique environment with its own set of challenges, mysteries, and rewards. Within these floating realms, players can engage in thrilling shrine challenges where they must overcome puzzles and tests of skill to obtain valuable resources, weapons, and abilities. And these challenges not only provide exciting gameplay experience, but also contribute to the overall narrative and progression of the story. In addition to the new shrine challenges, the Sky Islands feature Zonai device capsule dispensers, which further enhance the world-building aspect of Tears of the Kingdom. These dispensers, resembling gachapon machines, allow players to acquire Zonai devices that aid their exploration and combat endeavors. By interacting with these dispensers, players can obtain various tools and gadgets that provide unique advantages to unlock hidden areas, adding depth and excitement to the gameplay. Furthermore, the Sky Islands house a grand temples that are strategically placed across different regions of Hyrule. These temples act as focal points within the game world, offering players to delve into ancient lore, uncover Zonai secrets, and face formidable challenges. Exploring these temples not only expands the narrative, but also provides a sense of awe and wonder as players witness the architectural wonders and mystical elements embedded within. I will talk more about the temples in a sec. I'm just going to talk about the depths first. For the depths, which I didn't expect to be featured in the game prior to the game's release, which is also an unexpected third layer added to the game's world building, since I have been brainstorming a third game in the trilogy with this feature, not expecting it to be included in Tears of the Kingdom. This area was not initially anticipated during the game's pre-release hype, offers a unique and unexpected exploration opportunity. To access the depths, players must navigate through chasms on the game's surface, leading them to mysterious underground realm within the depths. A new and formidable threat emerges in the form of a vicious substance known as gloom. This goofy substance pervades the environment, covering most of the enemies encountered in this treacherous subterranean domain. Engaging with gloom poses the risk to the protagonist Link. Prolonged contact with the substance or being attacked by enemies covered in gloom inflicts harm upon him, resulting in temporary loss of 1 heart of health, as this presents an additional challenge for players as they must carefully manage their interactions within the depths to avoid subtained exposure to the hazardous gloom. Fortunately, the depths offer a potential remedy to Link's health predicament. Scattered throughout this underground realm are light roots, large plants that emit luminous radiance. By finding and interacting with these light roots, Link can replenish his maximum health, alleviating the effects of the gloom's damage. The temples, players are presented with a unique approach to the temples in their order of completion. After the tutorial session, players reunite with Piora and initiate the regional phenomena story mission. This mission requires visiting 4 iconic Zelda locations and investigating unusual events. Like Breath of the Wild, the game offers the freedom to choose the order in which these objectives are tackled, providing players with a refreshing level of autonomy. While there may be some advantages to follow the game's suggested temple order, such as encountering Impa at the Hyrule Ridge area and unlocking some side quests by visiting Rito Village first. The order of completion ultimately depends on the player's preference. Some players might find it beneficial to visit Zora's domain second due to the availability of the Zora armor and Prince Sidon's water shield ability, which can be a big advantage later in the game. The game also allows for flexibility, allowing for players to complete pre-temple sections for all 4 storylines, before tackling the temples or switching between subquests as desired. Regardless of the order chosen, there's no wrong way to progress through the regional phenomena mission within Tears of the Kingdom. For me, I did the phenomena mission in the same order as I did in Breath of the Wild, being Rito, Zora, Goron, and Gerudo. It's worth noting that each temple in Tears of the Kingdom has its own unique aesthetic, elemental theme, and design, setting them apart from the Sheikah aesthetic commonly seen in Breath of the Wild. This variety adds depth and visual interest into the game. The Fire Temple, in particular, stands out as it emphasizes on minecarts, offering an enjoyable gameplay experience and allowing players to interact and experiment with these minecarts, which may have been reminiscent on the tutorial island. Lastly, in the world building section, is the Skyview Towers. As I did already bring them up in this section, I thought I'd go into more detail with it. The Skyview Towers play a significant role in the game's world building. These towers are a creation of the Sheikah and can be found scattered across the expansive land of Hyrule. While they bear similarities to the Sheikah towers in Breath of the Wild, there are noticeable differences. The Skyview Towers serve as vantage points and observation points, allowing for comprehensive survey of surrounding areas. They were constructed by Pura, a prominent Sheikah researcher with a purpose of gaining valuable insights into Hyrule's landscape. Unlike the Sheikah Towers, which autonomously scan the environment, the Skyview Towers require a person to be launched into the sky using a device calling the Pura Pad, which I have already talked about in the gameplay section, along with the paraglider, in order to conduct the scanning process. At the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom storyline, Link and Zelda vanish beneath Hyrule Castle, disrupting Pura's work on surviving the land. However, upon Link's return, he visits Lookout Landing, where Pura activates the Skyview Towers and entrusts him with the mission of traveling to each tower and scanning both the sky and the surface, with there being a total of 15 of them in the game, spread across Hyrule, offering unique viewpoints and paranormal vistas. Upon entering the Skyview Tower's cannon and scanning area, both maps of the sky and the surface update, providing Link with detailed location information. It's worth noting that Tears of the Kingdom deviates from the Sheikah-centric aesthetic as seen in Breath of the Wild, as Guardians are absent in this game, and the Sheikah Slate and Sheikah Towers are missing. Nevertheless, the introduction of Skyview Towers adds a new element to the world building while incorporating a distinct Sheikah aesthetic. And these towers serve as key landmarks and contribute to the exploration and navigation of Hyrule, offering players a fresh and different experience from Breath of the Wild. And to conclude the world building section, the world building in Tears of the Kingdom is truly exceptional, and it's three layers introduced into the game that contribute to its uniqueness and quality. The meticulously crafted world immerses players in a rich and diverse environment, showcasing a level of detail and depth rarely seen in games. It is safe to say that Tears of the Kingdom boasts some of the best world building I've ever witnessed in a gaming experience. Adding an underwater layer as a fourth dimension as a potential for the third installment of the Breath of the Wild trilogy could demonstrate an imaginative potential of the world building of this version of Hyrule. And introducing underwater environments would not only expand the game's exploration possibilities, but also add a new layer of visual beauty and challenge within the inclusion of phenomenal water physics, which I will take if they do it. For the story, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom offers an engaging and unpredictable narrative that keeps players invested throughout their journey. The story takes place after the events of Breath of the Wild, where Hyrule is undergoing reconstruction as a result of the damage that the calamity caused in the previous game. The introduction of a mysterious substance and the awakening of a mummified Ganondorf, which does set the stage for the game's plot. One of the strengths of Tears of the Kingdom as of its plot is the expansive character and lore building. Players are introduced to new allies such as Chulin, Sidon, Riju, and Yunobo, who had a smaller role in Breath of the Wild, but with the absence of the champions, I can see why they expanded the roles of each individual character, with each of them representing the different tribes of Hyrule. These characters add depth and diversity to the game, and their interactions with Link enhance the overall experience. The inclusion of ancient sages and the spirit of Rauru from the Zonai ruins add an intriguing layer to the game's mythology. Furthermore, Tears of the Kingdom introduces the best version of Ganondorf in the Zelda series, in my opinion. Ganondorf's powers corrupt Link's arm and shatters the Master Sword, leading to the floating island, leading to Hyrule Castle ascending into the sky, and the subsequent separation of Link and Zelda. The development of Ganondorf as a menacing antagonist adds a new level of intensity and excitement to the game. The plot twist of Zelda being the Light Dragon, as I've seen throughout the game, and her role in aiding Link in the final battle against Ganondorf is unexpected and adds an element of surprise. The game's exploration of time travel, with Zelda being transported to the past and encountering the first king of Hyrule, being Rauru, showcases the game's ambition in storytelling. The sacrifice of Rauru and Zelda's dragon transformation add emotional weight to their characters and provide a satisfying conclusion to their arcs. The gameplay mechanics in Tears of the Kingdom remain true to the Zelda games, offering familiar puzzles, combat, and exploration. The addition of secret stones as the power-enhancing artifacts and involvement of the sages, being the successors, providing new gameplay elements that enrich the overall experience, while Tears of the Kingdom successfully incorporates various elements and pushes the boundaries of the Zelda series, it does have a few shortcomings. The pacing of the story at times does feel uneven, with certain sections feeling a bit rushed or underdeveloped. Additionally, some players may find the resolution of certain plot points to be predictable or lacking in surprises. Despite these minor drawbacks, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a captivating and an enjoyable addition as of the plot, with its unpredictable narrative, expansive character and lore building, and the compelling portrayal of Ganondorf makes it a standout entry in the series. Fans of the Zelda series will appreciate the fresh elements and satisfying conclusion to the story. For the characters, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom introduces a vast array of characters that Link encounters throughout his quest. While I won't have the time to discuss every character due to time constraints, I will focus on the game's key characters within this review. Pura, Robbie, and Joshua make up the research team in the game. Pura, who is the head of Tears of the Kingdom's Lookout Landing, I am fully aware that Pura's redesign has been getting a lot of attention online, and I thought, I don't know how to respond to this, but I do praise Pura's redesign, and I do like it more than Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Robbie leads the development of the Purapad and other technological advancements, while Joshua is responsible for researching the depths. All three characters hail from scientific backgrounds to share Sheikah heritage. Robbie and Pura even have their own labs located in Akala and Hateno. Chulin, even though Chulin had a small role in Breath of the Wild, reappears in Tears of the Kingdom as a visibly older character. Following the events of Breath of the Wild, Chulin has become a skilled archer, much like his father, while Tiba has assumed the role of Rito Chief. When the upheaval occurs, Ganon creates four monstrosities to impede the descendants of the sages, and Chulin is one of them. The Ritos suffer from a blizzard created by one of these monstrosities, known as Colgera. Link arrives in the village to witness the suffering caused by the blizzard and meets Chulin and his parents, who share a song sung to the young hanchlings of the tribe. Prince Sidon, who's now King Sidon, returns in Tears of the Kingdom to aid Link and protect the Zora people, using his water manipulation abilities. Sidon has become a fan favorite, and with new gameplay mechanics allowing players to summon him, enabling him to accompany Link on his adventures, and for Yunobo, who previously played a supporting role, has now undergone a transformation and now serves as the ruler of the Goron area. As the president of Yunobo Co., an upcoming mining company, he wears more clothing than typical Goron, and the days of the sweet and shy young Yunobo have gone, replaced by a more assertive and more mature character. And with Riju, the young chief of Gerudo, inherited her title at a tender age following her mother's sudden passing. Like her predecessor, Champion Urbosa, Riju possesses the power of electricity, accompanied by her sand seal Patricia. Riju joins Link once again in their battle against the divine beast Naboris. Valeria, who is the royal guard of Riju and the captain of the Gerudo Guard, remains steadfast by her side, ensuring Link's cooperation. For King Rauru, an ancient Zonai and the first king of Hyrule, holds a significant role in the game's story. His glowing green arm, which holds the mummified Ganon and attaches itself to Link, guiding him through the first Sky Island, and with Queen Sonia of Hyrule being Rauru's partner, is also featured in the game's memories. And Zelda bears a resemblance to Sonia, as the royal lineage descends from Rauru and Sonia. Mineru, who's King Rauru's sister, is another powerful Zonai character in possession of extraordinary abilities. As the Sage of Spirit, she can protect herself outside of her physical form, with her spirit residing in the Pura Pad. Additionally, Mineru possesses a construct as a Sage avatar, which becomes accessible later in the game. And finally, to end off the character section, we have the show-stealing character being Ganondorf, the Demon King. Ganondorf takes the center stage as the primary antagonist. He is depicted in various forms throughout the game, adding depth to the character. In one instance, he appears as a menacing crispy mummy lurking within the depths of Hyrule, and this portrayal evokes a sense of ancient evil, emphasizing his malevolence and threat he poses to Hyrule. However, Ganondorf's character extends beyond his eerie mummy form in a clever twist. The game explores Ganondorf's origins by revealing him as a powerful Gerudo man from a distant past. This portrayal showcases his physical strength and regal presence, highlighting his rise to become the king of the Gerudo people. This unique backstory adds a layer of complexity to his motivations, as he seeks to either rule or destroy Hyrule in his quest of dominance. Having played through Tears of the Kingdom, I can confidently say that this version of Ganondorf is one we truly deserved. His character development and nuanced portrayal make him a standout antagonist in the Zelda franchise. The game effectively showcases his malevolence and cunning, keeping players engaged and eager to uncover more about his dark intentions. I particularly enjoyed the depth given to Ganondorf's character in this game, as it elevates him to be my new favourite version of the character. If the developers were to release an amiibo of this rendition of Ganondorf, I would happily purchase it and put it into my collection with pleasure. Moving on to the other characters of Tears of the Kingdom, the game does an excellent job of introducing and utilising a diverse cast. While the champions Urbosa, Mipha, Revali and Daruk do not return in the game in their physical forms, at least the developers did not forget that they exist. Urbosa is mentioned through Riju's diary, showcasing the impact that she had on the Gerudo people, and additionally, the statue of Daruk stands untouched from Breath of the Wild, symbolising the lasting influence. But however, I hope that Tears of the Kingdom does receive an expansion pass featuring the return of the 4 champions. Their inclusion would undoubtedly enhance the game's narrative and allow players to further connect with these beloved characters. Exploring their stories and interactions within the game's expanded world would be delightful addition, providing fans with even more reasons to delve deeper into the Zelda universe. In the conclusion to the characters section, Tears of the Kingdom excels in its character development. Particularly with the formidable Ganondorf, the game showcases different facets of characters through various forms, making him an engaging and memorable antagonist. While the champions may not physically appear in the game, their presence is felt through subtle references and nods to their legacy. Here's to hoping for the expansion pack that allows us to reunite with these beloved characters and further enriching the already captivating world of Tears of the Kingdom. And finally, for the last individual section before we move on to the summary, is the music. The music in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is truly exceptional and contributes significantly to the overall experience of the game. While some tracks from Breath of the Wild are reused, such as the stable music, the game over music, and the Blood Moon music, their implementation adds a nostalgic touch that resonates with players who have fond memories of the previous game. Surprisingly, despite the reuse, the tracks never felt repetitive or out of place within the context of Tears of the Kingdom. This partly due to the game's unique context and cutscenes, which give these a familiar melodies and a fresh and fitting purpose. In addition to the familiar tracks, Tears of the Kingdom introduces a range of new original music that enhances the gameplay and environments in a captivating way. The composers behind the game have clearly demonstrated their talent and attention to detail by experimenting with different instruments, arrangements, and musical styles, and with this experimentation results in a fresh an immersive auditory experience that truly stands out. And one of the most impressive aspects of the music in Tears of the Kingdom is now that it adapts to each environment in the game. Every area you explore, whether it's the verdant forests, the perilous mountains, or the enigmatic dungeons, has its own unique musical theme. These themes not only enhance the atmosphere of each location, but also add depth to the world you're immersed in. The music reflects on the mood and the tone of the surroundings, further immersing the game's captivating world. The soundtrack of Tears of the Kingdom successfully strikes a delicate balance between familiarity and innovation. By incorporating beloved tracks from Breath of the Wild while introducing new compositions, the music captures the essence of the Zelda series quite well. It pays homage to the franchise's legacy, while also offering some fresh and exciting for both longtime fans and newcomers. This combination of familiarity and innovation makes the soundtrack of Tears of the Kingdom truly exceptional. The music in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a standout aspect of the game, combining familiar tracks from Breath of the Wild and new and original compositions, creating a perfect blend of nostalgia and innovation. The music adapts to each environment, enhancing the perfect blend of nostalgia and innovation. The music adapts to each environment, enhancing the atmosphere and immersing players into the game's world. With its careful attention to detail and captivating melodies, Tears of the Kingdom offers one of my favourite soundtracks in all of gaming. For the summary, the gameplay, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. The gameplay in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is exceptional. The gameplay offers a perfect balance of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. The controls are smooth and responsive, making it enjoyable to navigate the vast and intricate world of Hyrule. The game mechanics are well implemented, providing a seamless and immersive experience for players, as well as providing the best gameplay I've seen in an open world game to date. The graphics, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. The game's visuals are breathtaking, showing the meticulous effort the developers have put into creating a visually stunning world. From the stunning landscapes to the intricately designed characters, every element pops with vibrant colours and remarkable detail. Although there are occasional frame rate dips, the implementation of AMD fidelity upscaling, as witnessed in other Switch titles, ensures that the overall performance remains impressive. The combination of outstanding graphics and solid performance truly immerses the players into the world of Hyrule. Thankfully, Tears of the Kingdom did not repeat the launch of Scarlet and Violet. For the world building, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 again. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom excels in creating a rich and immersive world for players to explore. The game's environments are meticulously crafted with diverse landscapes, detailed architecture, and a sense of history and lore that adds depth to the overall experience. The world feels alive with numerous interactive elements and secrets to discover, making it a standout aspect of the game. Adding 3 new layers to the world building made it truly exceptional to explore. The story, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The game successfully delivered an unpredictable narrative that captivates players from start to finish. The expansion of the Zelda lore is particularly noteworthy, providing a rich and immersive experience for fans of the franchise. The characters are well developed, adding depth and emotion into the overall storyline. With its intricate world building and lore expansion, as mentioned, Tears of the Kingdom as a testament to the series enduring the legacy of the Zelda series. Fans and newcomers alike will find themselves enthralled by this remarkable addition to the Zelda universe. For the characters, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom excels in its diverse cast of characters, from captivating constructs to formidable Gorons. The game offers a rich variety that keeps players engaged. However, it is the unforgettable presence of the Demon King Ganondorf that truly steals the show. Ganondorf's depth, complexity, and sheer malevolence makes him the standout character of the entire game, leaving a lasting impression on players. For the music, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. With its stunning and immersive musical compositions, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom delivers a truly exceptional auditory experience. The game's soundtrack seamlessly weaves together a rich tapestry of melodies, capturing the essence of each moment and enhancing the player's emotional connection to the game world. From epic, sweeping orchestral arrangements to delicate, haunting tunes, the music effortlessly transports players into the realm of Hyrule. Every note feels purposeful and perfectly synchronized with the gameplay, enhancing the overall immersion and making it one of the finest soundtracks in gaming history. It is a true masterpiece within gaming that does deserve a bit of praise, in my opinion. The content, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Tears of the Kingdom does have more to do within the game than I thought it would within the pre-launch hype train. With an abundance of activities to engage within the post-game, players will find themselves immersed in a plethora of options, from the fulfilling task of completing all the shrines to a nostalgic return to Tari Town from Breath of the Wild. The game offers a rich and diverse game experience, and additionally, the opportunity to build a house for Link, adding a personal touch, allowing players to create a sense of ownership and investment. And Tears of the Kingdom undoubtedly excels in providing content to keep players captivated long after the main story concludes. For the difficulty, I'm going with a hard here, because Tears of the Kingdom does present a fascinating blend of creativity and challenge throughout the game. While the game initially seems easy due to the inventive use of Zonai devices, it soon proves its mettle with a series of formidable bosses. The encounters with Queen Gibdo, Phantom Ganon, and the awe-inspiring Ganondorf the Demon King elevate the difficulty levels significantly. These battles do require strategic thinking, precise timing, and resourceful management, demanding players to hone their skills and adapt to each boss's unique mechanics. The thrilling difficulty curve adds depth and excitement to the overall gaming experience, ensuring a gratifying adventure for Zelda fans. For the length, I'm going to give it 50 to 90 hours. For players who may be seeking a game of their average playtime being 20 hours, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom may not be your ideal choice. This captivating adventure demands around 48.5 hours average, but from my personal experience, immersing myself through the vast world of Hyrule, exploring every nook and cranny that it has to offer, doing the shrines, finding Korok seeds, and discovering the hidden Lightroot seeds within the depths, it took me 90 hours in total to complete. And I can tell you now, the 90 hours were completely worth it. And I will continue to play the game after completing the main story. And hopefully, introducing DLC to Tears of the Kingdom will add more to do. And for the audience, I'm going to give it a 12+. Tears of the Kingdom caters to a broad audience, mainly players 12 and above. However, it's worth noting that younger players may experience moments of fear due to certain game elements, notably the Gloom Hand enemy, which does stand out as a visually imitating presence, which can be quite unsettling upon initial encounters. The inclusion of such elements adds an element of suspense and challenge to the game, appealing to older players seeking a more intense experience. Younger players may find these scary, but it also serves an opportunity for personal growth and overcoming fears within a safe virtual environment. And for the perk, I'm going to give it its well-deserved certified gold perk. Tears of the Kingdom has achieved a significant milestone by earning its well-deserved certified gold perk. This achievement serves a testament to the game's exceptional quality and establishes it as a masterpiece in its own right. However, the game's accomplishment goes beyond its artistic merit, as it represents a remarkable feat in world gaming, pushing the boundaries of what the Nintendo Switch console is capable of delivering. With Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo has once again demonstrated its unparalleled ability to create an immersive and captivating gaming experience. The game's enchanting storyline, coupled with its meticulously crafted gameplay mechanics, captivates game players from start to finish. It showcases the remarkable creativity and attention to detail that has become synonymous in the Legend of Zelda franchise. From a technical standpoint, Tears of the Kingdom showcases the true potential of the Nintendo Switch. The game leverages the console's hardware capabilities to deliver stunning visuals, smooth performance, and seamless gameplay. It takes full advantage of the console's graphical prowess, creating breathtaking environments and intricately designed characters that come to life on screen. Moreover, Tears of the Kingdom incorporates innovative gameplay features that make exceptional use of the Nintendo Switch's unique functionalities. Whether it's the seamless transition between handheld and dock modes, or intuitive motion controls, the game immerses players in a world where their actions have a genuine impact and make use of the console's capabilities in unpredictable ways. By achieving the certified gold perk, Tears of the Kingdom solidifies its position not only as an outstanding entry in the Legend of Zelda series, but also as a groundbreaking title within the gaming industry. Its success is deserved. With all the dedication, craftsmanship, and vision that went into the development of it, I feel like it was deserving of the perk. For the fans of the franchise and gaming enthusiasts alike, Tears of the Kingdom represents a pinnacle of excellence that pushes boundaries of what is possible on the Nintendo Switch platform. Tears of the Kingdom heavily deserves the spot as the 8th modern game to join the Certified Gold Club, excluding Metroid Prime Remastered, which falls under the remix category. It joins God of War Ragnarok, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Overwatch 1, Super Mario Odyssey, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the Certified Gold Club. And this achievement solidifies Tears of the Kingdom as a worthy and memorable, action-packed addition to the Legend of Zelda franchise. And overall, I give The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom the rare, even though I did already see it coming, a rare 10 out of 10. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a masterpiece that exceeds expectations in every aspect. With exceptional gameplay, breathtaking graphics, immersive world building, an unpredictable narrative, memorable characters, a captivating soundtrack, abundant content, and a satisfying level of challenge, it is truly a remarkable addition to the Legend of Zelda franchise. Not only has it met my expectations from 2019, it went beyond my expectations from 2019. From the moment you pick up the controller, you are thrust in a world of wonder and excitement that never ceases to amaze. The gameplay mechanics are flawless, providing a seamless experience that keeps you engaged and on the edge of your seat. Whether you're solving intricate puzzles, engaging in exhilarating combat, or exploring the vast and intricately designed landscapes, every moment feels satisfying and rewarding. Tears of the Kingdom is also a testament to the exceptional craftsmanship of the Zelda franchise. Visually, Tears of the Kingdom is a feast for your eyes. The graphics are stunning, with vibrant colours, detailed environments, and with beauty and mystery, the attention to detail is astounding. From the swaying trees to the shimmering water, creating an experience that draws you in and never let go. if you consider yourself a Zelda fan or a gaming enthusiast, the game is an absolute must-play, and it earns its well-deserved perfect score of 10 out of 10, and I cannot highly recommend it enough. But wait! If I stated a few months ago that Breath of the Wild is my favourite game of all time, and I have now considered Tears of the Kingdom better than Breath of the Wild, doesn't that mean that Tears of the Kingdom is now my favourite game of all time? Yes. Yes, it does. And Tears of the Kingdom may hold that title for a while. And we're only in the halfway point of 2023, and Tears of the Kingdom already holds the title as personal Game of the Year of 2023. Even though we do have a whole bunch to come throughout the year, like Starfield, Spider-Man 2, Pikmin 4. There's loads of exciting titles to look forward to within the year. But Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like might remain my personal game of the year. Because normally, my personal game of the year would normally come towards the end of the year, in the case of the past 2 years, with Metroid Dread releasing in October of 2021, and God of War Ragnarok releasing in November of 2022. Both of them ended up being my favourite games of their release years. And if Tears of the Kingdom manages to hold the title until the end of the year, I'm in for a treat. So guys, what did you think of my Tears of the Kingdom review? I know this is the longest review video I have done to date, but I have had a lot to talk about with Tears of the Kingdom. And I think my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 review might be at a similar length when I eventually get to doing that. So, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another review video like this one. And I'm also curious to hear your opinion on Tears of the Kingdom, so if you enjoy Tears of the Kingdom, or depending on your opinion, just leave a comment below and tell me what you thought of the game, because I am curious to hear. So, I will see you all in a future review video. BB8 out.